Welcome to another episode of the Twice a D podcast. You got OCP working his brown magic.
I'm sweaty.
He's in his work clothes right now.
He even has his polo shirt tucked in like a tito. Like, don't you miss wearing casual looks? Cause like you used to work in an office, right, in the Philippines?
Button shirt.
Yeah.
S-
Slacks.
Be it, yes, slacks.
Like leather shoes, or not really?
Yes, leather shoes.
Like,
Yep,
don't you miss
leather.
those?
Not really.
Cause it's a hassle, right, with the traffic and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. With how much you have to travel, you're gonna hop into like two buses?
Yeah.
No,
It's
not
like
really.
plus 30,
It's alright.
plus 35,
Yeah.
and the humidity.
And then you're sweaty already, and then you're gonna work in an AC environment.
Yeah.
Too much to deal with.
Have you ever attempted to just bring your work clothes in a bag and then just change when you get at work?
Much more hassle.
True. Because
Yeah.
you'll have a bigger bag.
Yeah.
Unless
especially
they'll
if I'm
provide like lockers for everyone.
We do.
Oh, you do?
We do.
A big locker that can fit like
Can't
shoes,
remember.
like a duffel
Sneakers
bag.
you can... No, not a duffel bag.
Mm.
Sneakers you can, but it's gonna be stacked on
Okay.
top of each
It's
other.
those short
Yeah.
and narrow ones.
It's mostly for your office stuff.
It's like those gym lockers. It depends, I guess, which gym.
Yeah, because we share cubicles with the next shift.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you share the cubicles with the girls.
With like the work cubicles, not the lockers.
Oh, okay.
The company that I worked for is an American company.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're pretty like they tried to implement what they
They do in
did
the US.
The US, yep.
Mm.
Anyways, you got Edmon here.
And you got me 2x
Dos Eki.
Sakis.
If I tell you a secret, is your wife gonna know about it?
It depends. It depends how. It depends if it's something that gonna excite her. If I tell her that, but if it's a secret that it's only us, like a guy secret, no, I'm not gonna tell it to her.
Okay.
But if it's like maybe a relationship secret, let's say you and your wife is having something
If
like
it's
an issue,
juicy.
if it's juicy, and then we can relate to it, I might tell it. I might tell it to her. But if
Okay.
it's just for yourself, no, I'm never gonna tell it to my wife.
Okay. If you tell a secret to a married buddy, I mean, like say if I told you something, right? And then you told your wife about it. I'm not gonna take it against you
Yeah.
because for me, I feel like I'm telling it to her as well.
Oh, okay. Love it. That should how everyone thinks. I think that's how I think too. Like those are the stuff that we share, not just financial stuff,
Yeah.
right? And especially if it's a relationship thing going on with the other party, right? Because that way, it's either we can say to each other that, oh, we're better. Oh, they're better. Oh, maybe that's something that we should copy, or maybe that's something that we should improve with ourselves too.
Okay.
But it's not gonna go anywhere besides the two of us. But like I said, if it's something, for example, if you're gonna rant something about your wife,
Okay.
something bad, I'm not gonna tell it to her. If it's something that can taint the reputation of your wife, I'm not gonna tell it to
Ah,
anybody. But if it's
same.
yeah, so
Yes.
cause me, I don't like sharing secrets about my wife or like stuff about a relationship.
Like stuff that you shouldn't be ranting about.
Yeah.
Like what you rant about your wife or your relationship, it's already filtered.
Yeah,
Like everything that comes out is stuff that's okay to come out.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I have the feeling that even if I tell you that it's a secret, there's a possibility that's gonna come out. So I'd rather keep it to
Yes.
myself. If
Yeah.
it's something really, really, really bad to say about other people or some for our relationship.
Okay.
But if I tell something that's very sensitive
Mhm.
or a slip of a tongue, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna tell you
okay,
that don't tell it to anyone, not
don't
even to
let
your
it
wife.
leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you get emotional, right?
yeah.
You forget to filter some shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought like if you tell a secret to a married person, you told it to two people already.
Yeah, does your wife know that that's how you think?
Both of us.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's how we do it.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Yeah.
So you're in the same wavelength on that
But
one.
sometimes I hate it because there's like stuff that I don't like TMI already.
Okay.
Well, not really a secret. Sometimes when
Or gossips?
or gossip.
Would you say
yeah.
gossips?
When I like secondhand second-hand information.
Oh, okay.
And then I haven't met the person yet. That person's reputation is starting.
Tainted already
Yeah,
without you
before
meeting this
yeah,
guy or girl.
yeah. I hate it sometimes, like
Oh.
especially with how imaginative I am.
I don't like people telling me insights about other persons because it taint their it I become biased.
Yeah,
That's why I the less I know the better.
yeah.
But it's juicy, man. I don't know. Do you believe that guys have more gossips than girls?
I believe me.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
I guess so. But there's gonna be like alpha dudes. Oh, we don't talk. The lion doesn't bother themselves with the opinions of the
I
sheep.
know. It's not fun.
Eh.
That's not fun. Like sometimes that's a good way to kill time.
No, they're gonna
Just the-
say you shouldn't be having fun. You should be like focusing on yourself.
on yourself.
Like high
Yeah.
value men. I don't know. Like
The
come on
so-called
now.
hustle mentality.
No, that's not hustle
No,
mentality.
I mean
Because hustle mentality is such a broad term. I don't think because I like the hustle mentality. But now that we're talking about that those alpha dudes, because I
yeah.
don't like it when they try to belittle other guys too. You should focus on yourself. I don't know if if you see that video. There's this guy, big tattooed guy. He said he came from prison and then he became rich from hustling and whatever. And then the other guy is just a regular family guy. He's really smart.
Oh, that's from Fresh and Fit episode, I think.
Maybe I don't know.
Do you
But
know those? Do you know those guys?
I like the guy, the family guy. He's
No, they're
always
guests. They're
Oh, they're
guests
guests.
in
Okay.
a Fresh and Fit episode.
So that's the name of the segment, Fresh and Fit, or the channel.
The channel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they're demonetized now, so.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
call them the online mentor mentality.
Yeah, I have a 30-second video.
Yeah.
That's why, for me, if you're gonna help, don't monetize it. They say they're helping, but they start monetizing
Have
it.
you ever come across those videos where it's like really, really it starts off really, really good, and at the end, I have a 30-second video on my website, and if you subscribe now, you get a code and you get 50% off.
Me, I don't mind. I think that's just how it works. You need to
Yeah.
have a product. If you
I
need
get that. I get that. That's how it works. But I become cynical about it. Okay, I'm gonna buy it, but I don't look at you as a helpful
That's
person.
a good word.
I look at-
Cynic.
I look at you as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
not as a helpful person.
Because how can they improve their channel, their business, if they're not gonna get any money? I know there's a possibility they can get money off YouTube or other social media, but still, I think product.
I mean, I get that,
Yeah.
but don't sell yourself as somebody who's helping.
Oh, okay.
That's what I don't like. I
It
mean,
depends on how they word it, though.
Yeah,
when,
I mean,
when
eh,
they
but-
say that, if you like this or if you wanna know more,
yeah, I
you
mean,
can buy this.
because if you're doing that, you're not selling yourself as helping. You're selling yourself as somebody who's providing a product that can help.
Yeah.
If you're saying I help people by doing this, by doing that, I'm a net positive person in
Yeah.
society because I help. I help people who lost their way,
Yeah.
but then earn money from it.
Yeah, they earn money.
I mean, that's when it gets iffy for me.
Unless you have like a really good portfolio, right? If you're like Warren Buffett and like there's $100
He never
thing
he,
in my webs for $100, I will mentor you. Okay.
but he's selling it as he is becoming a mentor. He's not saying that, oh, I want to help everybody. That's two different things. If you're saying, oh, if you want to learn how to
Oh, that
do
one.
this,
Yeah.
buy my course. Okay, you're marketing yourself as a mentor. But if you're marketing yourself
Helping
as
everyone.
you're the salvation for everybody, if you click this link, that's a whole different thing. That's when it gets
Are alpha
dicey
bros
for me.
out there in the social media world?
I'll be the internet Jesus.
I mean, go get your money. I get it, but don't clutch your pearls when somebody calls you out for lying.
Yeah.
Did you almost fall for a similar scenario like that? I don't want to say. I almost used the word trap.
Haters don't fall for that.
You do-
Haters are cynical of everything.
Everything?
Did you get curious though and checked everything out?
I got curious and checked if I should be cynical or not. That's my background
Are they
check.
considered as a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme?
Could be. Ponzi mostly.
Ponzi, yeah, not pyramid.
Not pyramid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Well, I guess if they're helping, they're helping.
Yeah.
I just
And that's it's up to the other person
Yeah.
behind the computer if they're
Yeah.
gonna be subscribing to it.
the dorks who fell into the trap. I mean, sure. If you help yourself out with their help, I attribute it more to you than the
one
person
that's selling
who
the
sold
service.
you the inspiration, who sold you the tools. I still put it on you who got yourself out of your predicament
Yeah.
and not the tool seller.
That's right. Yeah, you should be thanking yourself.
Yeah. Because regardless,
You paid for it.
you can like
Invested
watch
time.
you can watch that stuff, right? And still do nothing. You can agree with their sentiments and still do nothing.
Unless you take actions.
If you take action, I attribute it to you.
And that's you.
That's
That's you doing the action.
Yeah. And then if you wanna give credits to them, okay, fine.
Yeah.
If you wanna be a simp, go ahead. It's your money. I don't really care. But I attribute it to you. To you, the one who dug yourself out of your own hole.
Our viewers in YouTube skip to the last minutes of our video and like there's a 30-second there's a 30-second thing in our YouTube channel.
At the end,
Subscribe.
this is twice the D. If you want to learn more, if you want to earn more,
Okay.
go buy our thing.
If you wanna do that, we don't have to like go to the end of the episode. If you believe your mom doesn't have herpes, subscribe now. That's our
What?
call to action.
If your mom doesn't have
Herpes.
herpes.
Yeah, subscribe now. That's a
Yes.
call to action. If you think your dad's not a cock, subscribe now.
You know
If
what's
you-
gonna happen if you don't.
If you don't, your dad's a cock.
You know those posts online.
Yeah.
If you scroll past this, you're gonna go to hell.
Chain letters.
Chain letters.
Chain letters.
That's right. When we're growing up, do you remember anything? Do you have any experience with chain letters? Do we do that in
Chain texts.
chain text, not
Yeah.
really paper letters?
Yeah, we didn't do the
didn't, right?
letters
It's more of
anymore.
like quotes. Do you remember when we used to have those Nokia phones
Yeah.
and then you can't fit the whole text in
160.
one pages?
160 characters
Yeah.
only.
Like, is it up to 3 or 5 pages? So you have to be strategic when you're texting.
I know 160 characters before per text. If you surpass 160, that's gonna charge you twice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 2 messages already.
See
There's
how
chain emails too. I don't know how I can't remember how I started to not fall for those. I remember like getting scared,
yeah.
but then I can't remember the point to where I started not to believe those. Like fuck this.
So when do you started believing it?
Like at
Yeah,
the
when-
start.
when you start. So when was that?
When I first received
High school or
it. Yeah,
elementary?
High school.
We don't really have.
Or elementary. Grade 6.
so we
Sixth
do
grade.
have emails.
Not emails, texts.
Okay.
Chain texts.
Oh, alright.
But when we started like having emails, chain
Don't really-
emails are like an old thing already for us because we've been used to chain text.
The chain text.
Well, I guess I do. I forward those chain texts where forward this if you love your buddies, like stuff like that.
Yeah, when they include your parents.
That's when I get scared.
Yeah, I get scared.
When they involve like
Family members, right?
Yeah.
Someone you love will pass away or will have an accident. Fuck.
Like if you don't send this to 20 people, your asshole's gonna be as wide as a 3-inch diameter pipe.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And you know what? Remembering that too. Do you remember when we were just passing notes around in the classroom?
We didn't really do that to the homies. We do that
To the girls.
To the girls, yeah.
We do that to the homies too, I
Not
think.
really. I can remember doing it for the homies.
No?
Yeah, no.
Who did I pass? I think I do sometimes pass it to the homies. When we're planning something sinister.
Okay. I probably
gra-
wasn't
our-
in your circle
Our
yet.
grand scheme is in that small that small piece of note.
I probably
But to the
wasn't in your
girls?
circle yet.
Yes, the love
to the
letters.
girls, yeah, love letters
Fuck,
to the
I have
girls.
so much love letters, man.
Do
It's-
you still keep them?
For some reason, I found it,
Yeah.
so I guess I kept it. You remember those recollection letters? I don't know. I find it silly now. Like, why are we doing that? That's so silly. I don't remember who started that, but I do have a lot of recolletters.
As being young. Well, recollection for those who are not in the know. If you're active in your church, it's a retreat.
Yeah.
But it's a shorter version
Yeah.
of a retreat.
A spiritual retreat, I think.
Yeah. Where you get to reflect,
Reflect,
and then
repent.
and then you give letters to the people who you want to give letters to.
I don't know why I have so much recollection letters. I have a feeling that I'm pushing them to give it to me.
Or they're trying to steer you to the right path.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I hope someone will comment and let me know if I'm pushing them to give me recollection letters, because I have a thing in my head that I think I've been asking some people, especially the girls, to give me some recollection letters, because I have so much. I have too much. It's crazy.
And then if you got a lot of recollection letters, you're pretty much like a popular kid. Do you
Still there?
remember you gave some
I'm pretty sure I gave some.
to the homies?
I probably.
Yeah. I think that's the only time you're allowed to be gay.
I don't know if it's really a recollection letter from one of my boy, James Lim.
Okay.
It's very emotional.
Okay.
I think we had a fight about something, and then he was apologizing. When I was reading it, like, damn, this is deep. I don't even remember this. But yeah, we probably had a big fight.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just crazy how letters and notes were a thing in our days. And now the kids, they don't do that. I think the high schoolers, grade schoolers.
I don't have a pulse on the younger generation of alumni on in our
Yeah.
school. But I wouldn't doubt if they still do that, because that's mostly a Catholic
Yeah.
school thing.
No, but even now, like at this age, in here, especially here in Canada, right?
Well, here in
Because
Canada,
they have cell phones.
I don't think they'd be doing that, like recollection letters.
No, I
or
mean in
letters
general,
in specific.
Notes, passing
Ah,
around notes.
Yeah, probably
like
not.
those letters.
Snaps.
Yeah, it snaps now. Because in your time, because you did your high school here, probably no one's doing that, right?
Oh no.
Even giving
we
notes
were
or letters to the
we were
girls.
still doing that. It was
In high school here, you have phones, you have cell phones.
no. You can tell who's
Who's fob?
a fob or not
Because
because they're all they give out letters.
fobs give out letters.
Yeah.
To a fellow Filipino girl?
Yeah.
Or do they do that to a white girl?
Did you have white classmates though?
Yeah, I did. It was there were just a few though. You can you can count them in your
Left
fingers.
hand. Okay.
But yeah, it's I would still say 90% were notes were still a thing back then during mainly because what was popping back then was BBM.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, BBM.
So you actually have to talk to someone to get their BBM code.
Yeah, why?
Why? I just feel like it's gonna be BBC
Oh, okay.
instead of BBM. Okay.
You get
I forgot about BBM.
It's BlackBerry Messenger.
because that's the original where Apple iMessenger came from, right? I don't know if they
iMessage.
copy iMessage.
Same tech, I think.
Yeah, same tech.
Or
I think they bought it.
same gist.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't buy it.
They didn't buy
I
it.
don't think-
They just
but
copied it.
It's the same gist as
Yeah.
far as I know. Where iMessage is older tech actually compared to RCS.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Compared to RCS.
Oh, I thought you're gonna say iMessage is older than BB Messenger.
Because BlackBerry was mostly used in corporate before.
Here, when I got here, it was really big.
I mean, it was big already, but
Yeah.
what made it popping was the corporate world,
Oh,
as far as I know.
because everyone has it before. When I came here, 2009.
Oh,
everyone.
yeah. See?
I didn't get the
Launched in
chance though.
2011. So, but they're using older tech compared to RCS. Because
Okay.
there's this notion of Android users being cheap aesthetically, because when you send pictures to like an iPhone user, they're gonna receive it in poor quality
Oh,
because it's being sent as MMS.
yeah.
Whereas they can't receive it through RCS. If it's an Android to Android
Communication.
communication, it's gonna be in the original file size. And that's their marketing scheme to keep everybody in
In the same,
in iOS.
Oh,
Green
okay.
bubble, blue bubble.
Yeah. But they're trying to integrate that to all now, right? Or is that gonna happen?
They're
anymore?
gonna implement RCS now, but if even though it's RCS, if it's a text coming from an Android phone, it's still gonna be a green bubble.
Oh, green bubble. Oh, they're not gonna change that.
Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna mess up group chats now.
Oh, okay. You can now, you feel included,
Yeah.
because that's how I felt before.
Yeah.
Like, why does it? Because the first time I saw it, like, what's happening here? This looks like a group message, but it doesn't look. It's just a normal text.
Yeah. The person who's using the Android is messing up the whole group chat.
The whole group chat.
I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it's gonna if it's gonna lump up itself, if it's not gonna mess up the whole group chat now. But yeah, they're implementing RCS. At least they solved the problem of, like, say, me sending an email, like me sending an image file or a video file. It's not gonna shrink the file quality anymore.
Oh.
Anyways, have you owned an Apple device before?
Yeah, I started with Apple.
What iPhone?
iPhone 3GS.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was my first phone
Okay.
here in Canada.
Does the
Mm,
iPod
never
Shuffle
used one.
count?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Shuffle. Yeah,
Or
well,
the iPad Nano?
yeah, I did have the iPad,
iPad or iPod?
the iPod. Oh, sorry, iPod,
Okay.
the
Okay.
small one. The first, is it the first one?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The black
yeah,
one.
we were using those before.
Yeah, the cracked. It cracked right in
I
the
can
back.
remember, but we were watching porn on it before.
No. No.
High quality though.
Yeah,
High
oh,
quality.
yeah.
I never owned an Apple device.
Really?
I
Are
mean,
you
for
against
mobile. For
iPhone?
mobile.
Wait, you have one now.
Now, yes,
Yeah.
but before, no.
The Mac.
I've only started appreciating it for what it is.
Well, the reason why I'm talking about the notes and everything,
Mm-hmm.
passing notes, maybe the younger generation can start learning about this. Cause here in Manitoba, you know about that legislation,
Oh
right?
yeah. I saw that.
They're not allowed to have cell phones in their class.
Like,
Yeah, what are your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be at this age right now. If I was like a teenager at this time, there's a lot of tools for studying. There's a lot of tools to help out with whatever you need in life.
Yeah.
Like, there's AI for schooling now. It's easier to research now.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot more resources, but at the same time,
There's so many distractions too.
there's so many distractions, like brain rot feed.
Doom scrolling.
I don't know. Like, hindsight 2020, I'm happy to be out of
Like,
school
yeah.
now.
'Cause it's scary. I
Yeah.
find that you have this piece of technology in your hand, and it's so I don't know, I'm just scared about bullying, because it's so easy to bully now, especially if you have a phone, right? And then you can
yeah.
record someone. If you're gonna take advantage of a person, then you're gonna record them. Then you're gonna use this piece of video to blackmail them again.
When you have tech that powerful, you can just really feel the amount of power that you have on
Yeah.
your hands. I heard this quote. I believe I kind of subscribe to it. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, you can be virtuous, but you can never say you're gonna stay virtuous up until you have that amount
power.
of power. Of course, in my situation, I'm gonna say props to the school board or the provincial school
Yeah.
board or whatever.
Is it provincial
For-
or
I don't
Yeah,
know.
provincial. It's only
Whoever.
provincial.
Whoever
Only Manitoba.
whoever
so far.
legislated this, the banning of phones. I mean, I guess props to you. I hope you are able to steer it in the right direction.
Yeah.
Like, for what I know, this is gonna be helpful, but I'm kind of bracing for the negative effects too.
Yeah. Especially the
children.
comparison
Yeah.
to other provinces. Because how
Yeah.
come we're the only one that's doing this, right? That can be the sentiments of the kids here. I'm pretty sure the parents, like most parents, will agree to that. Because I think most parents will think that cell phones are a distraction. And
Yeah.
it's mostly the students that are going to be not liking this legislation.
I wouldn't be surprised though if there's gonna be parents pushing back.
Oh, yeah,
on
they're
this
pushing
legislation.
back because what if we want to contact our kid?
Yeah.
If there's an emergency.
That's the main concern.
You can call the school directly
Yeah.
if it's really an emergency.
I don't know. It's just our perspective
It's just different now, right?
It's-
How everything runs.
With the time and like our school setup from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Us coming from a Catholic school, that's like another thing already. I guess even with public schools in the Philippines, you can't just go out of school.
Yeah.
It's like you're trapped in
You're
there.
trapped there.
Here, you can go out.
Yeah, you don't even have to show up for your class.
But they're gonna call your parents though, right?
I don't think
So
do they?
depends how lenient, how chill the teacher is. But if you skip school, yeah, they're gonna call. It's an
Even in high school?
Yeah, if you start failing, they're gonna
it's an auto attendant too. This is calling from Manitoba
from
High,
whatever school.
from
Yeah.
Sisler High School. Patrick.
Oh, you're not gonna shout out your school? Like, why are you calling out other school
I'm
now?
trying. That's what I was trying to say. Actually,
Do you have like a limit to how much classes you can miss? There is, right?
if I remember correctly, I think it was 10 for each class or 5. Then you get
Even if
dropped
you're
off.
not failing your grades.
Yeah, how about if your grades are high?
But even if you reach that limit, you're still gonna fail.
Yeah.
Really?
If you
Yeah.
reach it, you
Just
Oh,
like
I-
in college. Just like in college
Oh,
in
in
the
college.
Philippines.
Oh, in the Philippines.
There's a limit to the classes that you can miss. Even if
Yeah.
your grades are good, if say you have an allowance of 9 absences, if you reach 9, you're still gonna fail.
Oh, because here in university, not this is what I remember. I don't think they actually take attendance like most of the professor. I think there are some subjects that they take attendance, but as long as you're passing everything, you're doing the projects and everything,
Okay.
and your exam grades are good or total grade is good, you'll pass.
There's no allowances to
Yeah.
how many
And
absences you
that's
can
what
take.
my buddy told me that even
Yeah.
in high school, because they're giving the students independence to do what they
Mm.
want as long as they make sure that
They
they
pass.
pass and
Okay.
hand out their projects and assignments. But I don't know, maybe
Probably depends
It's a
on
different,
the
school.
school as well, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Because ours, three lates, I think, is equivalent to an absent.
To one absence.
That sounds like
Yeah.
Philippines already. Like DMCI's like that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like the
Yeah.
Philippines then.
But there are teachers that
That doesn't care. I guess it all depends on the professor.
it all
Yeah.
depends
Not the
on
school.
the professor, because you'll see.
Especially if you're passing anyways.
Yeah, if that's what I've noticed too. If you aren't really doing well in class and you
Yeah,
do
that's
that
when it
too,
gets concerning.
That's when they start actually talking to you.
But if
You know
you're
how bad is your back? Your lower back, your spine, and everything.
I'm pretty okay. There's
You're
days
okay?
where it's gonna be bad, especially when I'm working. Why? What's up?
Because I've heard.
That's a great swerve.
I don't know. Sorry. No,
Okay.
no.
Anyways,
No,
yeah.
this is related. Because a lot of people that I know are complaining because of the school system in the Philippines. How we need to buy all these books. We need to bring them to class
Ah.
all the time. And in our school, we have to climb how many flights of stairs.
Okay.
And then here in Canada, in Winnipeg, they're gonna give you handouts, right? You don't need to buy. You never have to buy books,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
they just give you handouts. You have a binder. Depends on how how your filing system is, right?
Because yeah, like my back is bad. I don't know if it's from nursing, but I think it amounts to how much books we're carrying when we were kids.
I can really
Even my
say,
wife is complaining about that.
because when I was in college in the Philippines, I never had back problems.
In oh okay.
I was still like playing basketball too.
Oh okay.
I started having a bit of back problems when I gained weight, when I graduated, and then I started working.
Or maybe because you have a locker. Do we all have a locker in elementary
Yeah.
and?
Yeah, at college we don't have lockers. My
Okay.
school didn't have lockers.
But yeah, I just don't like the fact that we need to buy buy books, especially from our teachers. If we
That's
don't
not
buy
from
their
our
books,
teachers.
and
No, that's not from our teachers. That's from publishers.
also don't have any
We
commission
don't have
with that.
yeah, we don't have author teachers.
I know, but I have a feeling they have commissions.
The schools, not the teachers.
But anyways, yeah.
Look at your grand
just-
conspiracies. Let's not
I'm
our teachers.
blaming-
I have some teachers of ours who who are still on Facebook. Let's ask
Oh,
them.
okay, ask them.
Mrs. Liwanag,
Yeah.
Miss Rodriguez, Mrs.
How much
Cobre.
commission do you guys make for selling those books?
Can't you use some other tone? That's an
Okay.
accusatory tone. You're not curious. You're pretty sure about it.
Okay.
You use a better tone.
Okay. Okay. I'm just curious, Mrs. and Miss, if you guys have commission whenever
We
you
don't.
sold books. I just want to know, because sometimes I can't sleep at night. Whenever my back hurts, I remember the books I have to carry from the main floor to the third floor. I hope this is not the book's fault.
Before you answer the question though, rewind 30 seconds and like listen to how he was having this idea. He was
No,
pretty sure.
The shorts should be the second take, all right?
Okay, okay.
And then that can
Gotcha.
be on the caption.
Yeah.
I feel his sentiment though, because like in the Philippines, like remember our lockers were just
Oh,
here.
he has a stroller. He uses a stroller.
Look at this guy.
No?
High school, no.
In elementary. Or he has a maid. He has a helper that goes with him and carry his books.
See how sure you are. Are you sure you can rely on your memory right now? How convenient your memory works.
But we do have some classmates that have those drivers, right? I think we do.
It's not me.
Not
I'm
because
not.
I have a backpack. I remember.
I mean, I'm not like discounting your. I'm not discounting
My theory?
Your theory, but I don't think you're the kind of person who brings a lot of books home.
I do.
Just the ones that you need.
Because all our subjects, they're all the same from Monday to Friday, so we have to bring
No.
everything.
No,
No,
we have like MWF subjects.
no.
There's subjects that are TTH.
Some, but most of our
Yeah, the-
subjects are Monday to Friday.
No. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are we? Do we go at the same school?
How I remember what I do with my books are I switch it up with the lockers. I leave the locker. I leave the books in my lockers.
No, let's talk about elementary. Because in high school, I remember we do have lockers. I think in elementary you have to pay.
Elementary.
You have to pay,
We have lockers too in elementary.
but you have to pay. I don't
If
remember
we have
paying.
to pay, it's already in
No,
the
it's
tuition.
separate. I don't think because that's why I don't have lockers because I don't know if my mom doesn't want to pay or I pocketed the money. I can't remember.
Maybe, but I don't. I remember having a locker. If I paid, maybe. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I don't discount your theory, but growing up, I feel like there's more factors that can be more attributed than to us carrying books. Especially when we try our best to make our bag the lightest. Yes, we have to bring so much books.
So much books.
But we also have ways to lighten up our backpacks. Especially when we were varsity too. Because we have to bring duffel bags.
Yeah. I just remember high school, I think I found a way to lessen the load of my books. But elementary, because I was very studious in elementary. I carried all the books. I studied hard. I was able to become third honor student. No, I think there's one time I became first honor.
Remember the Alpha Boys that we were talking about before? When you're out about it, I just feel cynical about it. I would have believed you.
But
If you
this is in
didn't have to say
elementary.
it.
This is in
Yeah.
elementary,
I
alright?
know how smart you are. You didn't have to say it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you're lying
No,
right now.
I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm saying I worked hard.
Okay.
I'm a studious. I attend all classes. I listen to the teachers.
I'm not saying you're lazy. I'm not saying you don't listen to to our teachers. I'm not saying that you didn't have high marks.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, when you started saying that you are that, I became cynical.
Because I have to say it.
Yes, because you have to
You
say
should create a short for his bit right there. You know that echoing overlay.
Is that a bit? That's not even a bit. He
No.
was like serious about it.
You know that overlaying, echoing, editing effect where all these lines are just going on top of each
They're
other.
piling on top of it. He's not lying. I'm not saying
Or his
he's
sentiment.
lying.
There you go.
All I'm saying is I'm becoming cynical about it. I'm not saying he's lying, okay? It's me. I'm the problem here.
Yeah.
I'm the problem here.
Because he knows me well.
Yes.
He knows me well.
Yes. My hater
Yeah,
says
the
it's
hater
tingling.
senses are tingling again.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't attribute my back problems to having too many books because I was able to
Yeah.
cycle it.
Oh, okay.
Like I bring
In high
books
school.
In high school.
In
Oh no,
elementary,
even
we
in
can't.
elementary. That's what I remember
don't-
doing.
I think every day.
Maybe
we
I
have
might
to
be
show up.
remembering elementary
Yeah.
wrong, but
I just
elementary.
don't find the sense of having books all the time. Or maybe I'm just biased on how they teach it here in the Western
And
world.
remember, public schools here.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true.
Public school. So books are extra pay. We had to pay extra for
Yeah.
our books.
That's
And then they don't provide resources for us if we opt to not buy the books.
Yeah.
Here, they're not gonna force you to buy the books because they're not tied up with the publishers.
That's right. I remember in nursing college, there's this book. What I did is I took picture of the whole book using my iPad.
See?
Look, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it
Yeah.
because it's a big book. So I
And if
Very-
you don't want to
very
do and if you don't want to do all that work, buy the book
yeah.
or photocopy it, which is also a lot of
Yeah.
work.
And you know what I remember too? After I did photo like taking photos of the pages,
Yeah.
I found in the Pirate Bay that there's
Yeah.
a
EPUB.
pirate, the ebook.
Yeah.
The ebook of that book, the nursing
Yeah.
book. Like I was scratching my head.
EPUB.
I should
I
have
think
checked
that's
that.
the file.
That's the file,
Yeah.
EPUB.
Would you feel if, like, in the future, the prerequisite would be either an iPad or a laptop for
I think that's some universities now.
They even hand out laptops.
in public school,
Yeah.
or like in,
But it's part of
It's part of the
public schools?
curriculum.
if like
In universities.
Oh, in high school.
how would you feel, like, let's say Jackson, right, when he's in high school, or I don't know, grade 8 or something, by that time it will be
That's so 2000. Having iPad when Jackson's older.
what if it becomes a prerequisite to have an iPad or a laptop?
They all have those iPhone. No, those.
Learning material will just be
I don't know.
sent out.
You know what? In that scenario, you know what I'm gonna be concerned with? Not with what he's using. I'm gonna be concerned about him being left out.
Or-
If he's gonna be the kid who doesn't have stuff. That's
Oh.
what I'm worried about. I am pro with him not having screen time.
Okay.
But I don't want him to be the kid who doesn't know stuff that other kids know.
Oh, okay.
I'm torn between that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm worried about. If he's gonna need to have like those devices for school, I'm gonna be pissed about it, but I'm gonna make sure he's getting those because I'm worried about him
getting
being left out.
and getting bullied too.
That
Because
that,
that's a
the result.
possibility.
Yeah.
If you're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fuck, I remember my nephew. He had the Presto cookies,
Okay. The Presto cookies, the
the Filipino
regular
cookies.
one, yeah.
I think one of his classmates was messing with him because he's
Yeah,
got the
this is in
Filipino
here, right?
Here.
Okay.
Because he was like really young when he was still in the Philippines, like 2 years old.
Okay.
I think his classmate, another
Another
Filipino
Filipino.
kid, was messing with him, telling him that he's got the Filipino Oreo.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Kids are mean.
Yeah.
Kids
Damn
are
right.
mean.
They make bullying groups too in Snapchat. That's
Yeah.
how things get leaks.
Scary. It's scary. I just hope my kid doesn't go through the same stuff that I did.
But
Gonna
you had a
become-
good childhood in school. What do you mean?
You don't know. You don't know. I have my ways. You didn't do anything to me. That's why we're good. So
Okay.
you're still here.
Okay.
You know.
That's why
I had gripes with-
that's why you're sitting here and I'm
Yeah,
sitting here.
I had gripes
Yeah,
with.
this wouldn't have happened if something bad happened to us.
Yeah,
or
I had
something-
gripes with you too, but you
Yeah.
were decent enough to fix it or make up for it, and you unknowingly fixed it.
Okay.
I don't know if I was just like cool enough for you, or you did it intentionally. But we had our moments.
Yeah. Like bad moments?
Yeah.
Like my memory is so bad, man.
I don't know.
even remember.
It might just be me, like remembering stuff.
Yeah.
Like I might be like MJ right now, making up stuff to motivate myself.
Hmm.
But there's some people who I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I just hope my kid has the fortitude to like get through it.
So if you think of schooling that way. You and your wife, have you guys talked about homeschooling or even considering that?
Remember when I told you I'm worried about my kid getting bullied?
Yeah.
It's like, there's no home working. Even if he gets homeschooled, once he goes out to the real world, that's when he's gonna get bullied.
You never know.
Eh,
Never know.
I mean, we can do homeschool, and then my worries we can rectify it some other way.
Yeah.
Like, make sure he has a social life outside of school or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't feel like homeschooling is gonna be optimal for our kid,
Oh, okay.
especially with how me and my wife, who's gonna captain the ship.
Okay. All right.
That's gonna be a whole different discussion. So, not gonna be.
I'm fond of the idea of homeschooling while traveling. If ever I get to the
Mm.
point I have kids, I have so much money, that's the way I'm gonna be homeschooling my kids. While
Okay.
traveling, I'm gonna show them the world.
Okay.
I'm gonna be Aladdin to my
Okay.
kids. I'll show them the world, teach them the ways.
There's a different or an enhanced way of doing homeschooling now. I think they call it pods.
Pods?
Yeah.
PODS? What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Where, like, say, you know how teachers don't really earn that much?
Okay.
There's gonna be like 4 or 5 different parents or sets of parents or families. They're gonna pool like this much amount of money.
Yeah.
Give it, like, make it lucrative for the teacher. Like, say 100K for a year.
Okay.
That's split up within 5 different
Family.
different families.
And then just one teacher
Just one
will
teacher
teach
will teach 5 kids.
and all the subjects that they need.
Yeah. It's like homeschooling but
yeah.
together.
But they have like a nanny
Yes.
teacher. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Which works, but I think it's only the rich.
The rich.
And I think this
And it's
is
like an Ivy League professor probably. The
yeah,
best of the best.
But I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's how, if you're the parent, that's what you're gonna be looking for.
Because now the professor is gonna be focused to only 5 kids versus
Yes.
like 30
Yeah.
or like even more, right?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be going from one class to another, and there's like different grade schools
Yeah.
in the public schools, so they're gonna be teaching a lot of students.
I think it's mostly rich people doing this, and
Yeah.
I think this is in the States. I don't know if anybody in Canada's doing this right now, but I've just heard of it,
Yeah.
which pretty fascinating.
Because if you're gonna split 100K in with 5 families, that's like 22,000,
Yeah,
and that's almost the same amount of sending them to private school.
I guess.
But the thing is, with private school, there's exposure to other people.
yes,
And like the
Networks.
competition, I believe in competition too.
yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
I just received my kid's passport earlier. It felt bittersweet. Says there, nationality Canadian.
Wow. You're Canadian too, right?
Yes, but I mean, kind of feels bittersweet. I know he's got Filipino roots. His ethnicity is Filipino, but he's not gonna have the same ties as me to the homeland. And I always shit on second generation immigrants on when they say, oh, they're Filipino, but I feel like it's not really. I feel hypocritical about it when I don't want to go back there anymore. Like, I'm settled with my life here. But I kind of feel bad shitting on them. But I also kind of feel bad when I feel like they're not doing enough. But who am I to tell them that's not enough?
That's right.
Right? And it feels bittersweet when I saw my kid's like passport where it says nationality Canadian.
Canadian.
Have
And
the-
he's a second gen now.
He's second generation immigrant. And if I'm gonna have people who's like looking to move here, I'm gonna encourage them to move here.
Filipinos
Fil-
from the Philippines
Anybody
that wants
who
to
wants
move
to
here.
live there.
No, because there's a difference. For example, like Filipinos that is working in, let's say, Dubai, or Filipinos that are. So you're saying in general,
In
all
general, if they
Filipinos.
wanna move here, come here. I'm gonna, like, if they're gonna ask me how, I'm gonna tell them how. Send them the link to the Canadian immigration.
How about if they ask, you can sponsor me?
I tell them, oh well, there's a line. You're gonna have to wait for a bit, because
That's
there
right.
really is.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah, and
Like our friends, right? Who's in front of the line right now? Your family member?
My in-laws.
Your in-laws. Oh,
If they
okay.
want to.
Yeah.
Then,
Your brother-in-law, or sister-in-law, or her parents,
well,
or whoever
parents are
wants
gonna
to.
be a different pathway. It's not gonna affect because it's not really sponsoring. We just call it sponsoring
Yeah.
because we're gonna be the ones who will be
Who's gonna be
helping them
signing?
when they. No, we're not signing anything.
Oh, really? Not anymore?
Yeah. You can only sponsor your spouse and your child. That's the only people who you can sponsor. If you say sponsoring,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be the person doing the sponsoring, you're taking on the burden financially when they get here, when they try to adapt here. That's when it's sponsoring.
Okay.
Like my pathway and your parents' pathway, it's provincial nominee.
Provincial nominee, that's
The
right.
burden is with them. There's no burden to their sponsor.
Okay.
They're just the connection.
Yeah.
They're just the proof that if they fail to adapt here, they are gonna be the ones
Who's gonna be helping
who's
us?
gonna be helping who they're sponsoring,
Not Canada.
not Canada. And before it gets to that point, Canada makes sure that they have all the means to carry themselves. Like whoever's moving here as a provincial nominee.
Okay.
So we've been using like the whole Filipino community has been using the sponsor term loosely when sponsoring is only for your spouse or common law partner or your child.
Okay.
So but in the case of me being the support for the provincial nominee who wants to move here, if ever they get nominated, PR or citizen in Canada can only do one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So how long do you wait before you can sponsor another? Do they need to be
As
a
long as
citizen?
they get here.
Oh, okay.
You can
Yeah.
like,
So once
start
they're
off.
here, you can get another one. You can sponsor another family or
Yes.
individual.
Yes.
Oh, because me, I don't have any experience with filling out those paperwork because I didn't. It's my parents. It's my
Yeah.
mom that did it.
Like say if I was in the Philippines right now and then I'm gonna apply for the nomination for the province and then I ask you to be my sponsor, like air quote sponsor, the burden is still with me. And then you're like my family like friend
Yeah.
who's gonna be the help if ever I fail
ever,
to adapt here. The government won't really go after you.
That's
It's
right.
in extreme cases where they're gonna go after you, but they don't really have to because they have to make sure that I myself can support
Can support
myself.
yourself.
before
And that's
it
why
gets
they're
to that
asking for
point.
all those proof of funds.
Yes, proof
Okay.
of funds,
If you have properties,
education, if you
education,
can
actually
find,
find
a
a job.
Yes, before
But is it
gets,
true? Is it true that if I'm the immigrant and you're the sponsor, for example, if I move to a different province,
Yes.
you're gonna be blacklisted or
Yes,
something like
because
that?
I provided the province a fraudulent person to nominate because you are pretty much bound to the
stay
province because
for 5 years.
for 5 years. That's like an unwritten rule anyways.
Okay.
But it's like you should owe the province because they were the ones who chose you to
To move
live
here.
here in Canada.
Even if you get that citizenship earlier than those 5 years?
I think it's gonna be. I don't know. Can you really do citizenship within 5 years?
3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
3
Because
years.
I know it's like
3 years
some are
without
3 years.
leaving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's
900
the
something days.
that's the rule of thumb. Well, anyways, so yeah, I've been like anybody who wants to move here, I try to assist them with however I can.
Impart knowledge.
Yeah,
Or
but
experience.
with what we've been talking about earlier, like, do you still feel like say, do you still want people to move here? Like, if
Like
you're
fellow Filipinos,
yeah,
I would love fellow Filipinos to move here.
we're number 2 though, right?
Yeah, I don't want other ethnic groups to move here anymore.
You're
'cause
not
they're just
saying
too
other.
much.
You're not saying
They're
other.
just getting. It's uncontrolled now. The
Yeah.
immigration. So
Not say for which ethnic group.
let's keep it to others.
Okay.
Let's keep it to other.
You guys
ethnic
know.
groups.
You guys know which. he's
Yeah,
talking
everyone knows.
about. I
who I'm
I wouldn't
referring to.
blame them. I wouldn't blame them.
Yes.
It's not their fault.
Yeah, life is hard there too.
Yeah. They want. Of
But
course,
I
there's
just
an
want
opportunity.
balance.
If there's
I'm
an
biased too.
opportunity, grab it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not wholly
And-
their
yeah.
fault.
And
They're-
props to them because they were able to.
It's a risk.
Yeah, it's a risk.
It's a
And
risk.
they're able to get around.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
saying
a
it's a
risk.
loophole, but Yeah.
Like for some.
It is a loophole
For some.
for some.
But yeah. I
I want that
mean,
balance.
if you were about to be, if it's your decision and not your parents,
If I'm gonna be moving here,
I
I'll,
guess
I'll
it's,
move here.
I guess it's hard to
But-
ask you that because you already know the benefits.
Yeah, now I
No.
know the end result of us moving here.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go back in time again, if they give me a chance to stay, I would probably stay.
Mm,
And then if I see my brother and my parents are doing well, and then I don't know,
yeah.
maybe if I'm doing well in the Philippines, why
Especially
would I move
with
here?
your field, nursing,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to move out regardless.
Yeah, unless I become something else in the Philippines.
Or you transition it to being a
to
doctor.
business or doctor or
Yeah.
whatever. Considering what my friends in the Philippines are doing now, right?
Yeah.
They transition to become a doctor.
Is doctor a high-paying job in the Philippines again?
Who?
Yeah.
Or no?
What?
Being a
It can
doctor.
be. It can be.
But you have to be in like the private sector.
No. With my wife, I feel like from what I've gathered from her, if you're in the private sector, you can get paid more. But you won't be like that's the downside is you won't be encountering
Exposed.
cases.
Okay.
In the public sector, you can get to encounter more cases, like much more challenging
Yeah.
cases. You get to learn more, but then you don't get paid as much.
Oh, okay. And there's probably less liabilities in public sectors because if you think about it, I don't want to shit on them, right? On the public hospitals, like mostly the cases you're gonna be encountering them are like the most cases that you're gonna be encountering are on the low income families. Which, if there's a legal liability, are they gonna sue the hospital, the doctor?
They can public attorney's office,
Maybe I'm watching too much dramas.
but they can. There's
But the
avenues.
hassle, right?
The
The
hassle,
hassle for
yes.
them.
Like
And
if
plus,
you're gonna be the one
yeah.
suing, if you it's gonna take too much to go to the public attorney's office anyways, you might not go through with it or
Mm.
whatever.
And then if the hospital has a expensive lawyer,
Yeah,
like
they
that's
might
gonna
not-
be
Yeah.
money. Like
Yeah.
money's gonna be a thing too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm just worried about my kid losing roots. I'm worried about my kid being the same second generation immigrants that I
That you hate?
that I share on.
Yeah.
But I guess that's on me. That's
Yeah,
on
because
us
because you groomed him in the future to be the people that you hate.
to assimilate or
Yeah.
to assimilate. I mean, he can be like full whitewashed or he can be like, "Oh, I'm Filipino, but I
don't
only
know
eat
anything."
adobo every day."
Yeah.
That's how Filipino I am.
What if you hear those lines from your kid in the future?
I'm gonna smack him.
You're gonna smack him?
Nah, just kidding.
Are you gonna force yourself to keep speaking in Tagalog while
That's
at home?
that's another problem I'm thinking about. Remember when I was saying earlier when I don't want him to be the kid left out.
Yeah.
The plan, like our game plan right now is to speak purely Filipino.
At
pure
home?
to speak purely Tagalog at home so he can still pick it up and then he's gonna learn English at school.
School, yeah.
But what if it's gonna be a harder adjustment for him at school? That's my worries right now. Like I don't know how much pressure it's gonna be for a little kid to be like bilingual at that age. You know what I mean?
Because that's what I learned from my other friends that have kids. Like if they're bilingual at home, there's a delay, there's a gap. But not all kids. I'm not saying
Yeah.
all kids, but there are a few that I know that the kids are having trouble speaking. They're getting confused.
Yeah, that's my worry. And if I have the comparison of how we were taught at school before, I'm gonna be looking at school here and then I'm gonna be putting like insurmountable expectations of him. That's what I'm worried about.
Okay.
But yeah, seeing his passport, it was bittersweet.
Yeah.
It was bittersweet. Like
So why did you get his passport? Are you guys planning to
just so if ever we
oh,
have
if
to go
ever?
home, like for an
Okay.
emergency or something, we can like
How long did it take you though? For the passport to arrive?
2 months maybe. We
Mm.
did it by mail, so it's gonna take
Okay.
longer.
All right.
Yeah, I think.
So you picked it up there.
It got mailed.
Oh, got mailed to your place?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought if you did it by mail. But did you go in person?
No.
Oh, so everything's through online or mail?
Mail.
Oh, because I thought if you did it by
They
mail,
don't do
you have to
online
pick it up
application.
in person.
No. They mailed it.
Oh, okay.
To our place.
Gotcha.
The
Yeah.
reason why I was asking because our brother took them a while to get their the two kids passport.
When was that though?
Like this year.
2 months, right? I would
Like
say
May.
had the same timeline almost.
They just got their passports?
Yeah, but they went in person.
They went in person. So
No,
Like,
I
I think
mean,
May or
how old
April.
are your nephews?
how old?
Oh, it's a
No, they
renewal.
renewed. There is a
Or renewal. Okay.
The reason why I
Okay.
was saying it took long.
I
a long
thought they
time.
just got their passports
Yeah,
now.
No.
That's what
Sorry,
that's why I was
EAL.
baffled. Yeah.
But yeah,
What's EAL?
English as second language.
That's
Ah.
EASL. English as second language. EASL.
Yeah,
Like
there's
S
two
is the
versions.
most
There's
important.
ESL and EAL.
In short, cop out.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But ESL is sort of like the higher, a little, sort of a higher step in EAL. So
I
you
know
do-
ASL.
So it's like a subject. Like
That's like a Dota tournament, right?
No, ASL.
ESL.
ASL. That's ESL.
ESL.
I was saying ASL.
Oh, age, sex, location
Yeah.
in the
Age,
text.
sex, language.
Age, sex, language.
Bobs and vagine.
In high school, just to explain what EAL is. There's regular English class, which for kids who are a little bit more adept in English. And
Okay.
there's EAL class, which are for immigrants that English is not their main language, so they kind of like.
Do you know what they should be teaching though? Like instead of English as a second language, immersion. For easier, like for the provincial culture.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say they should teach Punjabi
Oh,
as
cause
a
that's
second
how
language
you,
because there's
that's
a
how you
lot.
should immerse them.
Yeah.
Could you explain to our younger viewers what immersion is?
It's like you're getting immersed to whatever
The
you're
culture.
getting to. Like
Yeah.
the newer culture. It's making it easier for you to adjust.
What the heck? The one that you pulled up, the act of immersing. Oh yeah.
Well,
oh,
yeah,
someone.
it is.
Someone. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, that younger viewer is me.
Like this one, it sounds like a forced action. The
Yeah.
action of immersing someone.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's like you're forcing someone
Yeah.
to. It should be by their own volition.
This one is a little bit more appealing, I guess. State of being deeply engaged.
But yeah, we've
or
mentioned the
involved.
word immersion multiple times in this podcast.
Because I
'Cause
mean,
that's
it's
what-
pretty much
yeah.
close to
Assimilation.
assimilation. Yeah. Anyways, Tagalog time. I got word of the day. You got
You-
one? Do you have one?
I had one earlier. I forgot. I forgot again.
You got
Fucking my
one.
memory. You got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tambay.
Tambay?
Etymology. So
The-
tambay.
Okay.
Tambay is when you're just hanging out. That's what's used for tambay. Or it can also be, that's a verb.
Yeah.
Tambay.
Tambay.
Verb.
Tambay
But
tayo.
It can also be a noun
Yeah.
for the people who are bums.
Yes. Workless. Bum. Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Idler. Layabout.
Yeah.
Loafer.
Idler. Bum. But, do you know, I'm not sure about this. This is me spouting out bullshit. Or, I don't know. You judge. I feel like the etymology to this came from standby.
Standby. Oh, standby.
Tambay.
Standby.
Yeah, because
Sa
tambay
ilalim
came
ng-
from standby.
Yeah.
And then standby is from standby.
But standby means
Standby
wait.
means no.
Wait.
Wait or do nothing.
Do nothing. Oh, okay.
So
I wonder.
tambay.
Yeah, I wonder what the.
That makes sense, right?
yeah.
So standby.
Well, I guess that's the etymology of.
Yeah.
Is it? From standby?
Yeah.
Oh,
But this is
okay.
Wiktionary though. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
rely on that. But it makes sense though,
Okay.
right? Tambay.
I have
To hang
one.
out. Yeah. What is?
Tuyo.
Tuyo. Okay.
Tuyo.
That's what we smell like.
Yeah, according
Yeah.
to the
According to
the Canadians.
Yes.
Tuyo means dry.
Yes.
You sexually you can use it too.
Yeah.
If you haven't had sex for a while, if you've been just getting blue balled all the
Yeah.
time, your tuyo.
I feel like it's more with the girls.
I think
If they're
for-
not feeling it.
No, I think in general you can use it for guys too.
I guess. But
Yeah.
if you're in between or during the process of doing
Yeah,
the
doing
act,
it.
and you're not feeling it,
Well, that's dry. That's dry then.
Which is
tuyo.
oh.
But the one that I'm saying is actually is if
Oh, the
you're
dry.
mocking.
You're talking about the dry spell.
Yeah, the dry.
drought.
Yeah, the drought.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
if you're using it to mock someone, you can use that too. Oh, tuyo ka na. Oh, you're dry again. It
You're
means
still tuyo.
you haven't had
Yeah.
sex for a while. Or
You've
something
been
like
tuyo
that.
for like
Yeah,
3
you've been
weeks.
tuyo.
Okay.
You've been tuyo since birth.
Okay. Yeah,
Virgin
okay.
since birth. And then, according to the Westerners,
Yeah.
to the Canadians,
That's what it
Filipinos
smell
smells like tuyo.
like. Tuyo, which is the Filipino delicacy, that is the dried fish.
Dried fish. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? Because all fishes can be tuyo.
Like whichever
Yeah, 'cause-
kind of fish.
Oh no, that's daing. You can daing bangus. Daing.
Yeah, I think
But
there's
tuyo,
a specific
like tuyo are the small ones, smaller. The scad. Oh no, that's tinapa.
anchovies.
No anchovies. But anyways, yeah, look it up. Go to an Asian supermarket if you wanna have tuyo. Ask the salesman or the grocers there
Yeah.
that you want some tuyo,
I'm not
or
gonna
that you're tuyo.
I'm not gonna
If
recommend
it's a
it.
girl, if it's a girl grocer, tell them that you're tuyo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend it though.
Make
Because
sure
I don't
to
eat
cook
it.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, make sure to cook it outside.
make sure to cook it outside.
It's gonna smell. For those who are not in the know, they're gonna be put off with tuyo
Yeah.
because it doesn't smell
Strong,
good.
yeah, strong.
It's pungent.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it because I don't eat it myself.
But
I
if you
don't
want to try it,
myself.
make sure you dip it in vinegar.
Mm,
'Cause I don't usually eat tuyo by itself.
Okay.
I usually dip it in vinegar or soak it in vinegar.
Okay.
If you're fancy, you can also get some tomatoes.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
No, I fancy
You can also
you.
pair it with like the red eggs, the salted eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good
Salted
one
eggs.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, for everyone that's listening,
Tuyo.
for everyone that's tuyo,
Everyone
like
that's
and
in
share
a
and comment.
dry spell.
Yeah. And hopefully someone will shower you with their kindness.
With blessings.
We have
And-
a 30-second video in our website if you want to not be tuyo in your life.
Yeah, like it. Like, share, subscribe if you don't wanna be in your dry spell anymore.
That's right. Make sure, unless you've already been blessed.
Is it really called a dry spell in English?
Dry spell or drought.
Yeah, drought.
No, but like the slang that they use.
No, that's the non-sexual. No.
Like they used it too.
Yeah, maybe they use it too.
Like
That
even-
sounds like a more formal way or a classy way to tell someone that they have it. That you're having, like, I can imagine in my
That's
head.
not just even
my
with sex.
head.
Like you look at that example, the last example.
A dry spirit.
Lack of success
Oh,
or
yeah,
productivity.
yeah.
So if you haven't had success with
Yeah.
like bagging,
Yeah, your luck.
hitting
Has
the
been
home
to you.
run,
Yeah.
it's a dry spell or a drought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 words for today.
Tambay and
Tambay
tuyo.
and tuyo.
So if you don't wanna be tuyo, don't be a tambay.
Yes.
Be a high value man.
Yeah. An alpha man.
Alpha
Or an
man.
alpha girl. Is there an alpha girl? Alpha woman?
Alpha girls are girl bosses.
And that's it.
That's it
For another episode.
You got OCP working his brown magic.
Yeah,
You
his
got-
tuyo fingers.
You got Edmon here.
And you got me, 2X.
And this
This
is
is
the
the
Twice
Twice
the
the
Dry
Twice
podcast.
the drought.
Thank you for listening
And watching.
and
Bye-bye.
tuning in. Yeah. Don't be tuyo. So you don't be a tambay.
And
Oh
don't be
no,
a
other
tambay.
way.
Don't be a tambay.
So you don't be tuyo.
But for the tambays out there, like, comment, and subscribe.
If
Yeah.
you're a tambay but you're not tuyo, good for you.
If you're a tambay with internet connection, good for you.
But if you're tuyo but not a tambay,
Shame on you.
We go east or west, north or south, but twice the deep boys will be there. It doesn't matter which part of the globe you are. Maybe OCP will go MIA, but Ronnie connection with